Kids are not vessels into which you can pour learning.
Hmm.
Kids are self-learning machines. They've been designed that way.
All right. So, doctor, ये क्या है? What is this virus? We all heard about COVID. What is the other virus that we're talking about? ये हो क्या रहा है education industry में? I need some thoughtful and view, because I'm not able to put my hands on it.
Yeah, which is not surprising. It's called the GROW virus,
It's called
where
grow
GROW is
virus.
yeah, the GROW is an acronym for Get Rich Quick.
Okay,
And when you're
interesting.
putting profits before purpose,
Hmm.
when your most important thing is, what we need to do is to become a unicorn or a decacorn, and we
Hmm.
need to do it as quickly as possible, and never mind how we get there. I think this is what happens. And I think part of the tragedy, of course, is then you're more focused on numbers. You're more focused on this is how many students we've got enrolled on our platform, this is how many lessons we've taught. And you're forgetting the most important thing is that kids are not vessels into which you can pour learning.
Hmm.
Kids are self learning machines. They've been designed that way. They're curiosity machines.
Hmm.
You've got to respect them. You've got to help them to learn and figure out stuff for themselves.
What are the malpractices? You're hinting towards certain malpractices. What is it that is going wrong here?
Let's first ask ourselves, why is it bad? Because I think
Yes,
that is actually what a root cause analysis is. There's no point
100%.
saying, you have a high degree of churn in your employees, or you hire people and you fire them quickly, or your work culture is toxic, or your teachers aren't well trained, or
Hmm.
you have all these ads which are misleading, or you create fictitious children which don't exist, or you overpromise and you underdeliver, or that you say certain things and if parents aren't satisfied, you're happy to sign them on and upsell them and cross sell them, but you're not very quick about your refunds. I think all these are symptoms of a much deeper malaise. And I think that's what we need to address. And I think the fact is, we need to acknowledge that parents are emotionally vulnerable, that students often don't know what's right, what's wrong. They aren't able to differentiate. When you use certain buzzwords like, we have teachers from IIT or alumni are from IIM, or your kid will be able to code like Elon Musk or whatever else it may be, you're tugging at people's emotional hearts. Now, the interesting thing is, you'll never be able to take a coder for a ride. You'll never be able to take a programmer for a ride. He
Hmm.
knows a lot.
Hmm.
But the tragedy is, you'll be able to take my driver for a ride. You'll be able to take my liftman perhaps or my receptionist.
जिनको कोडिंग के बारे में पता ही नहीं है.
He doesn't know any better. So he's very impressionable. He sees the ads, he sees all these celebs
Hmm.
like Shah Rukh Khan or Hrithik Roshan, and other Shah Rukh bol raha hai, so obviously it must be true.
Hmm.
And they don't have the ability, and that's the information asymmetry. And you're exploiting that vulnerability.
So vulnerable people are being sold lofty dreams, which towards the end you said are not हकीकत में थोड़ी ना होता है ये. और ये हो रहा है because there is business pressure on them to show a rapid growth, and hence they're selling false claims. So ये तो मतलब investor से pressure आ रहा है because you're growing, and you're growing because and hence investor invested in you, and it's a loop. So how do you get out of this? What is the alternative way?
I think first is accept reality. And
Okay.
if you think that mis-selling is acceptable and this is the way business is done and everyone does it and that's fine,
Hmm.
then I don't have a solution for you. Every startup in this space is saying, Arey, if these people can do it and these guys are the market leaders, hum kya gade hai kya? We can also do that.
Hmm.
And then investors are now telling them, hey, you've got to catch up. You've got to do exactly, you've got to follow exactly the same playbook. And who cares about ethics and who cares about mis-selling?
Because they're the new role models, right? They've shown the playbook how to grow, and
and
other folks are
sure,
inclined to follow.
and everyone is keeping quiet. And if
Hmm.
everyone is keeping quiet, means obviously this is perfectly acceptable to do. The Ministry of Education is keeping quiet. The Ministry of Child Welfare is keeping quiet, which means what are you signaling? That it's okay to create fictitious imaginary children. If that's what your this thing is, it's okay to spend money and no one is going to call you out on it. I mean, what else is left to say? And the tragedy is that mainstream media still is not speaking up. They obviously have their own vested interests.
Hmm.
And a lot of this is now coming from foreign YouTubers. And I think part of the fault is ours, is because if we forget that we have a voice as citizens and that our voice deserves to be heard, if we choose to keep quiet and we allow this mis-selling to continue, then I think we are to blame. I think people ask me, why do you speak up? And the question to them is, why aren't you speaking up? Why are you so spineless? Why are you not willing to speak up for something which you see is completely wrong?
What is the ideal?
You're talking about the vaccine, right?
Yeah.
So we have the vaccine for this. Perfect.
Tell me.
So I am a social impact investor. I'm a frugal investor.
Right.
So we actually started this website. I strongly encourage you to check it out. It's a completely free website. It's called www.learnwithyoutube.org. So we provided an engine so that you can search videos. All these videos are coming, so we're not creating new content, but the beauty is we're providing you with a buffet. We're not restricting you to, no, this is the way you've got to learn the Pythagoras theorem because this is
Right.
the way I'm teaching it to you.